Yes,
Yes.
guns.
Finger
You hear the
guns.
song.
Oh, yeah, my shit fucked up, and I didn't, I didn't change.
I wasn't ready.
I'm sorry.
You know what I also wasn't ready for, and I have his blessing, is I know I told you guys I'd be right on time because my mother-in-law decided to call.
Yep.
But then there was 6 minutes to go,
Mm-hmm.
and Dave, as I'm gathering my things to come upstairs, goes, I know you have to podcast right now, but can you take a quick minute to shave my back? And I said, can we do it after the podcast?
No.
And he said, I don't think I'll be in the mood to do it then. So I
What
said,
changes within the hour?
I don't know.
The closer you get to sleep, the less you want a razor scraping down your back. I mean, I get it.
It's the like a head razor, like a buzzy.
Oh, okay.
Wait, does
It's
Lindsay
not-
shave your back, Chris? Well,
No.
then how would you know how Dave feels then?
Assumptions.
Do
I know-
any of you three have back hair naturally?
It's like, so
Tyler, no? You shook your head?
No.
Okay,
I
Mark.
think there's a
Thank
single
you.
Asian.
I was
Good
gonna say Mark,
camera.
you're Asian. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
I don't know how well you saw that, but the hair on the back,
Let's see.
like, goes,
Okay, and is it like that?
it goes all the way down.
Yeah,
It's real bad.
but are you cool with it? You don't care?
What am I gonna do?
Shave it.
Right.
Get your
I
wax
can't.
wax
I
it.
can't shave it.
You're
Wax
a
it.
4-year-old virgin?
No.
Clean, nice,
No.
painless.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm comfortable with
It is. If you get the right waxer,
mm,
it is relatively pain free.
right. Why? My thing is like
Yeah.
you'll never see me with my shirt off. None of you will ever see me with my shirt off.
Why not? Challenge
Why
accepted.
not? Let's
You
go
will-
swimming.
You
Yeah.
What are
will
you doing?
never.
Are you a shirt
you
guy
will-
in a pool?
No, I haven't been swimming since I was in my 20s. You won't see me with my shirt off.
What about a
Challenge
beach?
Accepted.
Nope.
Have you been to a beach?
Yeah, I've been to a beach. I'm telling you, you will not
What do
see
you,
me
you
with
wear
a
your
shirt
shirt
off.
on a beach?
Mhm.
You're shirted on a beach.
Yep.
Are you tank topped at least?
Nope. Because the hair goes all the way up here too, and these are all like look at how white that is.
Whoa! Turn down the brightness.
Exactly.
Me too. Who cares? I'm an incredibly white person.
Yeah.
Look at this.
No.
But your
T-shirts.
hair less.
T-shirts.
That's true. But it is your shirtedness on a beach
Mhm.
a direct result of your hair? Or are there other factors?
There's other factors.
Okay.
Yeah.
If say you look like Chris Hemsworth, would you be more
If I
shirtless?
looked like Chris Hemsworth, yes, I would take my shirt off.
May I take a moment to say, with Dave in the room, that's where Scout is, by the way.
Oh, that's cute.
I saw that this morning. May I take a moment with Dave now in the room to say, Chris,
Uh-huh.
you're a nice looking guy.
Sure. I don't
Well, don't be ashamed.
I'm not no. And that's the
to
thing.
take my shirt off.
I don't think that I'm not a good-looking guy. I'm just
You
not
just
taking
prefer
I'm just
to wear
not
shirt?
taking my shirt off.
I find we're just learning about our bodies. I find myself I don't find myself the cutest when I'm naked.
Right.
When I'm wearing like workout shorts and like a sports bra or a tank top,
Yeah.
that's when I think my body looks the best.
There you go.
So if I didn't have to remove all articles of clothing for swimming or
There you go.
I find I look better in clothing.
I feel the same way.
But when it gets hot out, so help me God, I will take off almost everything possible. So this is why this shirt thing is blowing my mind.
Yeah.
More for the heat.
And I
And
mean
the sweatiness and the stickiness.
and
of
you
the
guys
clothes.
know that I'm not a heat guy at all.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not.
So you just avoid it.
I just avoid and then I suffer.
He doesn't do tank tops. That was Dave came
Yeah.
up and suggested the tank top. So what do you do when you get really hot? You just live with it.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll go Like if I'm somewhere hot, wherever I'm going at the end of the day has AC, so I know at least I'm gonna sleep very comfortably.
What about your last beach experience? Take us back there mentally.
I don't even know if I can't even remember my last beach experience.
Wait,
Cool,
you
your
never
last-
taking your kids to the beach?
I've taken the kids to the beach, like the beach here in Hamilton.
No, I meant like a proper beach.
No, what beach?
Long Point.
What's Long Point? I don't even know what that
No.
is.
Oh my god.
Florida? No,
We've
that's
been to
not-
Florida,
Yeah, you've
but
gone to Florida. There's lots of beaches there.
sure. And when we go to Florida, the resorts we stay at have pools. We swim in the pools, and
And what do you do?
I sit at the pool and drink beer, and the kids go swimming.
With your
like sand castles with your kids or anything like that.
Sandcastles. We don't go to the beach.
Oh boy.
I don't know.
and this is all because of the shirt.
No,
Oh,
it's-
here's
It's not. I mean, it's not that I wouldn't go to the beach. It's just
Desmond's gonna grow up and says, and all his friends like, oh, I went to the beach. He's like, my dad never takes me to the beach.
he actually asked the other day to go to the beach.
There
he
you
did.
Daddy,
go.
why don't you ever take me to the beach, Daddy? Well, Daddy has black hair.
It's again. I don't know.
Oh, Daddy.
It's
What if I shaved your back for you, Daddy?
why is he British?
I don't know, because he's sad. He's a sad Victorian Dickensian
Right.
child.
Gotcha. Okay.
Please, Daddy. Just, I can't, everything off. Just
Yeah.
as soon as clothing when it's hot, it's
Right.
just a
It's
fucking
the
nightmare.
worst. No, it's the worst.
Loose, breathable fabric,
Yes.
cotton,
Yes.
really nice athleisure.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't like that sweat wick fabric. Dave's dancing along to the new Miss Marvel show, I think.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet.
I like.
I only watched.
Oh,
Blinding Light, the weekend song.
yeah. That's Blinded by the Light.
I only watched Obi-Wan today.
And
Anything. Don't say anything. Haven't seen it yet.
is it the first episode?
No, this is the 4th episode.
And
The show's not
Are you-
good.
yeah.
It's
And wha-
unfortunate, but the show is not good.
Why is it not good?
I don't know, because I think there's a good story in there.
I feel like all the major plot points throughout the show have already been done
Right.
To death.
Elsewhere and better.
That was
and better. Yes.
that was going to be my question. Is like, I get it's a timeline that doesn't have a movie or TV focus on it.
But
we-
you also have the Leia and Luke and Obi-Wan and Vader are all in the show, and you're like, well, everybody survives, so hooray.
Oh, where this is
Yeah.
going.
yeah, I know where
Maybe
exactly.
anything in between.
Yeah, and
That was-
that's kind of the biggest problem is there's no
Yeah,
at no point is there any real sense of danger. Like all of these people are going to be just fine.
so you guys are more. I am a big fan of the original 3 Star Wars, but you guys are way more fans of Star Wars, I would say, than I am. Like you know the book canon and all that shit.
No, those two. Well, Chris for sure for the book. Not sure about Tyler, but Tyler.
Where is Chris
It's
on your
simple for
screen?
the
'Cause
shows
he's here for
and
me.
his stuff. Yeah. Well, he's
Huh.
over there.
There you
There
go.
we go.
There you go.
Oh, that's fun.
It's flipped.
So you guys, but like Star Wars is the original 3 are like a huge deal to me growing up. Whenever I was
Mhm.
sick, I'd watch them. When we had, we got together with 3 other friends, and it was bring the movie from our childhood, and we did a movie day.
Right.
And I brought Star Wars.
Which
The third one
Star-
was Go Fuck Yourselves. Return of the Jedi. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. It's the best one.
Oh no.
Here's the
I don't
thing.
care. I don't
Here's
care.
the thing. And here's what I'm going to say about Return of the Jedi. Of
Mhm.
the original trilogy,
Mhm.
that third act is the best act of the whole trilogy.
Mhm.
The third act of Return of the Jedi is the best act of the whole trilogy, but it's still not the best movie. I love that though. I love the
I know
space,
you know
on the
Empire
ground.
Strikes Back is the best.
it's my favorite
and I-
movie ever made.
I can say objectively,
and that's
Empire Strikes. I can say
Right.
Empire Strikes Back is the best.
but
Personally,
Yep.
Return of the Jedi is my favorite. It's the most fun.
and it's funny because this is what I say to Star Wars fans, because there's people like, oh, Revenge of the Sith is the best. No, it's not. It's your favorite, and you're allowed to say it's your favorite, and I'm okay with you telling me it's my favorite. But you
But
can't
don't say it's the best, no.
objectively tell me that it's the best movie because it's not even fucking close. But you can
Who?
say it's your favorite, and that's fine.
Who? Name?
Oh, there's
name
people.
Name.
No, there's people on you again.
Names.
I don't know.
Who
They're
thinks Revenge
internet
of the
people.
Sith is the best.
But
I've just had to
they exist.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? It's one of those. It's this trilogy. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, the original or the prequels, yeah.
No prequel.
I
Be
agree.
in the conversation.
I agree. But again,
From
you
like,
can tell me it's
no-
your favorite. You can tell me it's your favorite, and I'm totally fine with it because, preference and all of that. But if you're objectively looking at the movies, you can't argue it.
Objectively, though,
Yeah.
if you're saying Revenge of the Sith is your favorite Star Wars movie, you are a stupid person.
No,
I say that
no. Here's where I'm gonna push back on that, because those movies were not made for us. Those movies were made for people that are 10 years younger than us. And so if you grew up and those are your Star Wars movies, we grew up with the originals. Those are our Star Wars movies. If you grew up with episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, those are your movies. And you're like,
So-
yeah, I can appreciate the originals, but
So
but
are you saying
love
10 years younger than, are you saying 10 years younger than us or 10 years younger than you?
us.
Okay, so Revenge of the Sith is 2005.
Right.
I was born in 1985. Tyler was as well, I believe. Mark, you are 83. Chris, you are, I won't say it.
80.
You're older than my brother.
Oh my god.
Okay, so 2005, you were, if it was 10 years younger, you were 10.
Right.
So you are saying
Uh-huh.
the original 3 are children's movies.
Mm-hmm.
My brother loves them.
Of course he does, because he's the right age.
Yeah.
Is it like Power Rangers for me and Tyler and Mark? Mark
Probably.
might even be too old for Power Rangers.
Nah.
No, I was in the Power Rangers.
Yeah, of course he was. I just missed Power Rangers because I was like 14 or 15 when it started.
Power Rangers was a very, very specific age group.
But the Pink Ranger was hot. So
Uh,
I definitely
Ranger,
watched it
mwah.
here or there.
Also, Red Ranger was recently indicted for tax fraud and might go to prison for 20 years.
Attaboy.
He, the original Red Ranger,
Right.
Austin St. John,
That's a very porn name, isn't it?
it is absolutely not his birth name. Went after acting, became a very, very successful businessman, and now might be going to prison for tax fraud.
Apparently not that successful.
Some sort. He and his companies did some sort of bullshit with the loans that they gave out in the U.S. For COVID,
Nice. Okay.
and so
Ooh.
might be fraud. Good times.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
Good times. Fuck, I had a Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars point, Revenge of the... Oh, back to it. So my question for you big nerds.
Yeah.
Is this a story, because it was not for me, but we know my opinion on this. Is this a story that you guys wanted to be told as fans?
Obi-Wan?
It was not for me, because and mostly because I kind of knew what happened.
Yes, I wanted a story. I don't think this is the story that I wanted.
Yeah.
So for me, Solo was a story that I didn't want to see. We didn't need
Yeah.
to see Solo's origin story.
No.
I'm okay with it because Solo's actually kind of fun, and I do actually kind of enjoy that movie. But this, like, you're just not doing anything new. You're not adding anything except for Flea.
Because isn't he just kind of hanging on Tatooine?
No. Yeah, not
Well, actually,
almost none of this takes place on Tatooine.
just the beginning part.
Yeah.
So, Tyler, did you ask for this?
Yeah, I'm with Chris on this one. This is not the story I wanted to see at all.
But
This is just-
were you curious if someone had asked you, "Hey, take the Star Wars universe and within it tell us a story"? Is this one you wanted told? Period, and it's just not being told right?
My dream right now is for them to finish this Mandalorian stuff, because I think where they're going with this whole Mandoverse thing could work. So finish this, and then I want past episode 9. I want you to move me into the future and get away from all of this and give me something new. Give me new bad guys, give me new heroes, keep it in the same feel, but give me something new, and I want it in the future. I want past all of this. And the problem is they really screwed up the ability to do that and make it like, because I think the way you do it is you go 100 or 200 years in the future, and then you've got like the kids of Luke Skywalker, the grandkids or whatever, right? And then you have a tie to kind of the old, and you can do it that way. But because, Luke didn't have any kids and Leia had one kid and he's fucking dead, so you can't even tie it really to the old characters. You're gonna have to go and build all new fucking characters. So
They should have followed what the books did.
they should have followed what the books did. There was lots of kids.
Yeah, tons. Leia had 3, right?
Leia
Twins
had
and
3.
Oh yeah, Kylo
Jason,
died, didn't he?
Jason, Jaina, and Anakin. Yes, Kylo died.
What's his nuts? Adam Driver?
Adam
he died?
Driver. He died. Yes,
Yeah,
he
that's too
died
bad.
bringing Rey back to life.
Oh yeah, that's
But
too
for
bad.
some reason, she couldn't do that back to him.
Just pooping back and forth forever. One of them would always be dead.
That would be fun though, right? Like, okay, it's my turn. All right,
My
bring me
turn
back.
to die. Oh, okay. My question, then we'll actually get to sports, is you said Luke and Leia are in this.
Yes.
Did they explain why they took Leia and gave her a different last name and gave her to Jimmy Smits, and then Luke, they were like, whatever, you'll be a Skywalker and you'll go to literally the first place anyone would look?
They did not.
They did not.
They did not.
Farts.
Yeah.
Well, farts. So I'm Anakin.
Listen,
I'm
here's
Anakin
the
Skywalker.
thing. Here's the thing. So one, everyone thought everyone thought Anakin died. Like, nobody knows that Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker. Nobody knows except for the Emperor. And for some reason, this Reva knows, and I have no idea how that makes sense. Like, so
Who's Reva?
she's one of the new bad guys. So
Okay.
in canon, Emperor Palpatine knows, Tarkin kind of knows, Grand Admiral Thrawn figured it out but never said anything to anybody. That's it. Those are the people who know. That's it. So there was no reason to change his name because Anakin was dead. They knew the Emperor might come for him, but they didn't think there was any reason that they would come for him.
Sure. I'll give you that. I will give you. You have no reason to think. So whatever. But there were twins, and fucking Natalie Portman was like, the girl.
Yeah.
You get a different last name, and you get to go to Jimmy Smith.
Natalie Portman didn't say that.
As she's dying in childbirth, I think she's like, he can never find them.
Right.
So they're like, okay, great. We're going to give one to someone he'd never find, and then his whole planet blows up, but whatever.
Yeah.
And then we're going to give one to literally the first place he would look.
Yeah, but he never looked.
I'm just saying.
But again, also,
like
don't forget.
Originally,
so here's the other thing. So no one knows that Vader's Anakin Skywalker. That's one. Number two, Anakin knows that Padme died, but he doesn't know that she gave birth. And when they're moving her in the coffin at the end, they made it so there was still the baby bump. So everybody was to assume that she died still pregnant. So Anakin thinks she died pregnant. So he has no reason to ever look for kids.
I don't blame Anakin. Sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, let's not forget that originally, after A New Hope, Darth Vader was never supposed to be Luke's father.
That's
That
not
was
true.
change they did in the second movie.
Yes, but also Leia and Luke were not supposed to be brother and sister. That was something
Exactly.
they added for Return of the Jedi, because it was gonna go Return of the Jedi. They were gonna kill Vader, and then they were gonna do 7, 8, 9, where Luke meets his real sibling, and then they were gonna go kill the Emperor. That was the original plan before he decided to wrap it all up in Return of the Jedi.
So that's great, and I give you guys that. But the writers of the prequels
George Lucas
had that
George Lucas.
to reference.
Yep.
Yeah.
He had his own source material to reference. So I don't blame Natalie Portman.
Yep.
Because she's dead. I don't blame Anakin because he didn't know.
Right.
I blame whomever looked at those twin babies and was like, this one will protect. Just give them both to Jimmy Smits.
They only wanted a girl. And they needed to split them up. Literally anyone. Here's the uncle of the... But they needed to split them up because Luke is the chosen one.
They didn't know that at the time of birth.
Yes, they did. They knew that Luke was the only chance to defeat the Emperor. That's what they... Well, they knew that these children were the only chance.
I know. And I'll give him to
give Luke to like another jet. Like have him go up with Obi-Wan then, if he wants to be the weapon to kill Vader.
I'm gonna give him to the brother. You have to
write the story. You have to write the story to make sense for the story that already existed.
I get that, but they pigeonhole themselves into bad writing because of that.
But the story already existed. So you have
you had to say was she's giving birth, and instead of being like whatever when you give birth, better, but whatever. Is
that the noise?
I want to get. Their dad can never find them. You have to keep them safe. Just do the give them to people who will love them. Just change that line, and I'm happy. I'm happy. Change that one line. Give them to people who will love them. Jimmy Smits would love anybody because he's magnificent.
He is.
And Uncle Owen, what's his nuts with the squinty eyes, whose name I forget as an actor.
Joel Edgerton.
That's it. Joel Edgerton will also love you.
In a gruff way. He's very gruff about it.
He's not really a warm father figure to Luke.
And that's why it turned out okay for Luke. Okay, sports, guys.
Let's go.
Sports podcast.
Let's go.
We are going to go. So this is our half-ass sports podcast. Just kidding. We are going to go to our Scotch porting leadoff. We will take 5 topics, put 1 minute on the clock, and off you go, folks. So our first topic is LOL Angels.
Los Angeles Angels.
That's funny. That's very funny. Los Angeles Angels.
That's right.
So Los Angeles Angels just fired former World Series winning Cubs manager Joe Maddon.
Yes.
After losing, what was it, Mark, 17 in a row?
No, it's 12 in a row right now.
12 in a row.
Started by the Blue Jays. Didn't they start this whole losing streak?
Swept them at home.
Yeah.
Tanking. And how do you fuck up the 2 best players in Major League Baseball? So my question for you guys is very simply, how do you fuck up a team with the 2 best players probably of our generation?
It's weird because the problem has always been they didn't have the pitching to support the offense. And then at the start of this year, the entire starting rotation was superb, which got them to that 27-17 record to start the season. And I was a little bit worried. I'm like, oh, maybe they actually might make the playoffs this year.
Right.
And now I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
Same old Angels.
Same old Angels.
Do you think they're not going to make the playoffs?
No.
Wow. How do you fuck that up? They're worse than the Oilers. How do you fuck that up?
Yeah.
I asked that seriously. I know it's flippant, but honestly, how you have two of the best players of all time on your team at the same time.
It just goes to show you, baseball is in a team sport, literally.
It really is.
Yeah.
We always talk about football being the ultimate team sport, but like there's way more
Clock out.
there's way more team dynamic to baseball.
If you're super quick poll, if you are Mike Trout and or Shohei Ohtani, are you not looking around being like, get me the fuck out of here then?
100%. I can't believe Trout didn't get out of there at some point.
Oh, he could have, but he signed that massive contract.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Because he thought they were going to build around him.
Ugh. Okay, so geez, I ran through all of your names. Chris relabeled this Trouble in Paradise, but on my doc it was Tyler with a question mark. So we thought it was about the Canadian Championships of 2020 being played in 2022, which is all kinds of fucked up.
Also hilarious.
Which we will not talk about. But Tyler, I would like you to take this minute and please explain to me, because I very vaguely know what's going on with Team Canada going on strike ahead of the World Championships, which they have finally qualified for the first time in over 30 years.
You mean the World Cup?
That's it. So, but they're on strike now, and I don't understand it. So please explain it to me in a way that I will understand.
It's kind of the reverse of how the U.S. men's and women's national teams did their thing. It's in the U.S., women wanted more money because the men were getting paid more. It's the reverse here because the women are better than the men, and they want better compensation. It's a little ridiculous. They really haven't done a whole lot.
Right,
yeah,
but they are generating
a lot of
interest, right? So
yes, a lot of
TV
interest.
ratings and stuff.
Yes,
But TV ratings also help pay for that, and I think that's part of the whole debacle, the agreement that Canada Soccer signed, because they signed an agreement before they became really successful, and now the contract's outdated because they're
and guess who they signed the contract with to further TV rights?
TSN, wasn't it?
who?
One Soccer.
Oh yeah,
Clock out.
The fuck is
Exactly.
One Soccer?
Exactly. My point, it's a streaming service for soccer, Canadian soccer, basically. They stream all the CPL and all the CONCACAF and all the national team games. And you have to...
I believe it's
Yes,
Conquistador.
the Conquistador Cup. You will need to pay an extra $100 for the year to watch soccer. It's just Canadian soccer.
Who pays for that? Seriously, who's paying for this? Tyler, did you pay $100 for this?
I have paid $100 to Fubu TV, who has more stuff and One Soccer.
Okay.
And commentator that I enjoy, Julie Stewart-Binks.
Oh, there you go.
Anyways, she's a host on Fubu TV, and I very much enjoy her.
$100?
So who
so like this is the problem. They're not getting mainstream cable, TSN or Sportsnet. Like, you're not getting the viewership that you could be getting. They also I blame Canada Soccer for this one. There is no fucking merch anywhere.
Right.
Oh.
None. You cannot find a jersey if your life depended on it.
That needs to change before when is the World Cup?
November.
It's too late now, isn't it? This far in?
It's not too late. It's not
I
too
don't
late.
know.
It's not too late. They got
So Tyler,
4
which
months.
side are you on? In a nutshell, who's right?
I think the men's team, yes, they probably do deserve a little bit more money. I don't know all the semantics about what is going down, but I think you need to bring in more money to make more money. That's I feel like that's always been my gripe with
The equal pay thing.
national sports. If you can't bring in the money, I'm sorry, you don't deserve to be paid more. Like, your team needs to bring in the money to be able to get paid more money. That's just how it is.
That's life. You want to make more money, you got to make more money.
If the men's team wants it, win the World fucking Cup.
Yeah. Sorry, in sports,
That's a tall fucking order. Oh my
for
God.
sure. Make it to the knockout round, and then like.
okay. Also,
I found it interesting that one of their things was they want to have a women's league in Canada.
Oh,
That's one of their things. So like I'm kind of
yeah.
let's do it. Let's
like,
get a women's league.
makes
Why don't
me-
we have a women's league?
I've said
I
it
think-
before, and I'm going to say it again as Mark makes the money gesture. I think of all of the major sports, and Chris, please hold your laughter. I think soccer is the one that genuinely is an equal playing field. Pardon the pun. Like the rules are the same.
Yeah. Why would
Like,
I hold my
rules
laughter? No, and listen, women are way better for soccer because they don't fucking flop. They get up and they keep fucking playing.
Can you do me a favor and just clip "women are way better"?
It's true.
I just like it's but like hockey is very similar, but they don't hit basketball. The nets are a little bit like but soccer is soccer.
Yeah.
If you like men's soccer, you should like women's soccer. It's literally the same game.
Tennis too.
it's
Tennis
played
too.
differently. It's played differently.
Yeah, but it's the same rules.
It is.
Yeah.
But you
No.
you go watch a women's game and then you go watch a men's game and tell
because
me
we get our
that-
period partway through.
nope has no
They all take the tampon break, right? It's the
Oh,
yeah it's halftime.
Diva
yeah,
Cup, my friends. That's the more environmentally friendly one.
okay, perfect.
Do you guys
You-
want to
you-
know what? Do you know what the Diva Cup is?
I am aware.
Okay, good.
Mark doesn't seem like he knows, but I don't think we need to discuss it.
Yes, we do. It's a silicone cup
Mm.
Mhm.
that you put up your vag, and then you squish it shut like this, and then you put it up in, and then it goes thump, and then it catches the period, and then you pull it out, and then you have a little cup of blood,
Oh boy.
and then you pour it in the toilet, and then you rinse it out, and you clean it, and then you put it back up in there.
That face is
Yeah.
great.
Well, so pads suck. Any woman will tell you pads are terrible.
Right.
Tampons are horrific for the environment. You can get ones without the plastic applicator because, yes, there's applicators. But they're really shitty for the environment. So the Diva Cup has multiple uses or multiple time uses. You can't use it for other things. Please don't try to use it for other things, although it is about the size of a shot glass. So I suppose, in theory, it could have multiple uses.
Oh, I need to timestamp.
my god.
I need
Butt
to
stuff?
timestamp.
Butt stuff? Yeah, it could be a butt plug because it's silicone, so you can squish it right up. You know the jelly bracelets that you had? Like that's what the little lip is. You
Yeah.
can squish it real good, and you can. Yeah, it could be it for the butt if you wanted to, and then it has a little nubbins that sticks out. You can pull it out if you want.
Oh, that's so good. That's gonna be a great TikTok right there.
I need to educate you, gentlemen.
Well, thank you. Well, I mean, I
on
already
what it is
knew.
like being a girl.
I already knew all about it, so I'm just glad that we got Mark's expression.
It's environment. If you care about the environment,
Right.
it
Mark.
genuinely is the way to go.
I don't
What
have a vagina, so I won't be able to use
What
it,
if
Chris.
you don't give a shit about the environment?
It lasts longer than a tampon.
Okay. It's cheaper too, right?
It's about
Like,
$50.
Yeah, but I mean, like
Long
the
term,
amount
Yeah, you're gonna spend
'cause
less.
you're gonna
on
use
it.
it.
No, I was gonna say long term you're gonna spend less. Tampons you can only keep in. You should only keep in for kind of max 8 hours. But a Diva Cup you can really keep in forever. A tampon has a
Forever?
toxic, basically forever.
Even when you're
Uh,
not.
Even when you're not menstruating,
Love it.
tampons cause toxic shock syndrome. That
Yes.
is one of their. So you can put it in and literally die because your body's like, "What the fuck is this?" and attacks it, and then you can die. You can't with a Diva Cup, so it's very exciting.
There you go.
No, it's
You know,
funny.
there's-
I've worked years at Shoppers Drug Mart and seen the Diva Cup, but never actually knew what it was for.
There you go. It's for the vagina.
Okay.
Okay, Live. This is another great title. Is Live Another Career you referencing murdered Washington Post journalist Jamil Khashoggi?
I might have been referencing the murdered Washington Post journalist.
Murdered by Saudi nationalists at the behest of the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, American.
Right, and the same people who fund this golf thing. Interesting.
Yeah. So Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia ordered the murder of American journalist, Saudi-born Jamil Khashoggi. He went in and came out in pieces. So little bit of a human rights issues going on there, but they are funding a new golf
Association.
league. I don't really understand.
Yeah.
I just don't quite understand what live is. But very famously now, Dustin Johnson has turned in his PGA membership to join the live. He says it is because of family.
Yes, to do what's right for his family.
But
Wait,
I think
when he says that, is that because his family is being threatened?
No.
Yeah.
Join the Super League?
No.
oh, that's funny.
Nope. He's doing
I know
it
it's
because
not.
that's
I'm
where
just
the
saying.
dollar bills are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing what's best for my family. They offered me bank,
Well,
but they
I tried to find out how much he got, but I know Mickelson got apparently $200 million.
So DJ's got to get more than that. You think?
I
He's
don't
the
know.
better
About,
golfer.
yeah, but I mean,
But name recognition, he's almost up there with Mickelson.
it's
almost.
almost, but it's not.
Mm,
It's not Mickelson.
We're not there yet. So also, there's no greater joy in this life than my dad watching Paulina Gretzky and Dustin Johnson wedding video that was posted on People magazine. He was just staring at it, going like, "She's naked. Why is she?
What is this?
Who told her this was okay?" It's very magical. And then him just going like boobs. So my question for you guys is: live lasting?
Yeah, because Saudis have money.
Yeah, they have very deep pockets.
All of this is not being funded by no TV contracts, no ticket sales, nothing. This is all backed by them.
Like they literally just go out and they just reach their hand in the ground and pull out oil, right?
Yeah.
Like the money is just the money's there.
So is the PGA in trouble?
No.
Are any other big name guys going to join?
Well, I heard Tiger. They offered Tiger 7 figures and he turned it down.
DeChambeau and Patrick Reed.
Or was it
And now
more? It might have
today.
been more.
Turned it down?
The Tiger turned out apparently 9 figures. is
9
what-
figures. That's it. 9 figures. Yes.
Well,
So that would have been about Mickelson money. Probably more than Mickelson.
Yeah,
And we know
I
that
would
Mickelson-
imagine they would offer more to Tiger than
Tiger
Mickelson.
Woods is the name in golf.
Yeah.
He still is.
But DeChambeau and Patrick Reed both announced today that they're going.
Wow.
Really?
Clock
Patrick Reed's
out.
already a dick, so it's like whatever.
Oh, is he the one that won the Master? The one that a couple years
Yeah.
we hate this guy?
Yeah.
Okay, NBA Finals, I guess, was my title, which Chris then changed to NBA Finals.
Yeah, we did talk about it last week, so
Do you want to go again, or do you want to talk about any other sports news?
I feel like
Can we
I
talk-
thought of something and then I lost it. So
Can we take just a minute to talk about FanDuel then?
sure,
And
let's
how-
do FanDuel. Hold on, let me watch this.
Oh, he's gonna live change.
Oh no,
Oh, you ruined it.
FanDuel. There we go. Quick, changed.
How I am begging for sponsorship.
Okay.
FanDuel, and Mark and I continue to. This is without hyperbole, and I will explain. Please start the clock.
Clock is started.
Mark and I are printing money at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. There is a bet that is a guaranteed win.
Right.
It is often so the one that we just did today, which is good for tomorrow. The Rangers have to get literally one shot on goal.
And you get double your money. Basically.
It's minus 110,
Okay.
maximum of $50.
Right.
So you put in $50
And you get $100.
$95.
Oh, 25. Okay.
$95. So you get it's
gotcha.
$45 profit for $50. At least once a week or once every 2 weeks, there is one of these types of bets.
Interesting.
Often they'll do a spread bet, which is they'll start it and say the spread is, so for what was the Golden State game?
Well, it would have started at about 3.5, but then for every 100 people who take that bet, it goes up by the cover goes up by a single point, so it goes to 4.5.
Clock
Another
out.
100 people, 5.5. It got all the way up to 71.5 by tip off.
So Golden State could lose, but they couldn't
By
lose by
70.
more than 70 points.
And you still get double your money.
And
How
often these bets let you go up to $50
Uh-huh.
because I think they don't expect people like me. I was going to say Mark and I, but I think Mark, you use FanDuel as your primary betting source now, no?
No,
Or no,
it's
you still do 365.
yeah, because they have more options. FanDuel's like my bonus stuff. Like I usually go there for all the boost plays and all that stuff.
Then they don't expect people like Mark and I to use it only for these boosts.
Yeah.
Right. So basically what you're telling me is that I should get a FanDuel account
Yes, I am.
and
Well,
then
So-
let me send you a link if you decide to, because I also get $100 if you sign up through
Mhm.
my link, and you get
Okay.
$100.
So once every couple weeks, there will be a free, basically a printing like this. But every day there will be a section called odds boosts, and it is a greater plus on things that wouldn't normally be that plus.
okay.
So the one we won last week or 2 weeks ago, and Mark, I think you called it adorable, was 2 Canadians had to make the cut of some golf tournament that was happening, and it was like a plus 10,000.
Chris
And I
remembers
put-
this. I was at the theaters with him.
Oh,
And I put like 25 cents on it, and I
Right.
won $25. So there'll be odds boosts for those
interesting.
types of things that are like, hey, that's a pretty good bet. You put a bit of money on it, and it does whatever the bet would be plus way more.
Interesting.
We won one earlier today with the Blue Jays. A run had to be scored in the first inning, and then Vladdy had to get an RBI. It was like a plus, like 500, something like that, with a maximum of 50.
Wow.
Highly reco. Okay, who is this? Is Chris's
Well, yeah.
CFL starts this week,
CFL
kiddos.
starts. Let's go.
You have 1 minute on the clock.
All right.
All 4 of us. Who is winning the Grey Cup this year? Who are
Someone
you
go.
going to?
I don't
Tyler.
know. Tyler.
Oh God.
There's only 9 teams, Tyler. It's...
The Alouettes.
Wow.
I read an article today about how Bo Levi Mitchell is ready to take the team on his back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go with the Stampede. I feel like the Stampeders win every other year.
Okay.
Oh, the dog's under the desk. I just kicked him. So Stamps.
Who you got, Mark?
I mean, my heart says Hamilton, but my head says Winnipeg.
Okay. You're going for the 3-peat, eh?
Yeah.
They are
It's like
that
Tampa,
good.
man.
They are that
Just
good.
like Tampa.
I can't see a 3-peat. I can't. And as much as it fucking kills me to say this,
You're going to say the Argos, aren't you?
as
You're gonna say the
much as
Argos.
it kills me to say this,
Oh, you're saying the Argos.
it's gonna be the Argos.
With that cheating running back of theirs on steroids again?
Yep, fucking cheater. I mean, again, I don't. I'm saying that in the hopes that I'm jinxing them.
Quick
Yes.
trivia question for you guys.
Yes.
Just Tampa Bay with their 3-peat. So we had a trivia question that was it was American, so obviously Canadians got it. Of the remaining teams, who is coming off a back-to-back championship? Obviously Tampa Bay. Who did they face in those 2 championships? Because we got one, and then the other one. What the fuck?
You don't remember Dallas?
Oh, I didn't remember Dallas. Who remembers Dallas?
I do.
Well, that was
You
that was the COVID year, right?
Yeah,
You're
that was the
different.
bubble.
Yeah.
Tyler and Mark, do you guys remember Dallas at all?
Nope.
I was like, Dallas made it to a Stanley Cup Finals? Dallas?
Yep.
It blew my mind. I was like, oh, it was St. Louis. And I was very convinced it was St. Louis. Dallas?
Dallas.
Okay.
Okay.
Christ.
Here we go.
Christ.
Here we go.
Guys.
With that
So
24 was a big number.
Oh my God. Okay. So the Deshaun Watson story, we've talked about it a bunch.
Yeah.
I am so fucking angry he signed an insane contract.
And it's all
with-
guaranteed.
230 million.
So Dave and I, as you know, we like to travel Canadian Thanksgiving to go see the Vikings. The Vikings are in Minnesota this year. We've been there before, so we were like, let's just pick a stadium that we want to go to then, or who's playing Canadian Thanksgiving, or that's easy to get to for us. And Cleveland is at home on Canadian, and we're like, that's close, that's a drive. And I paused and I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't buy a ticket to see the Browns. I can't go. I can't.
Now,
And then
okay, so you can't today, but what if they decide that they just drop all of this?
No.
because they went in there gung ho.
What? So for those that don't know, so Deshaun Watson, 22 women at the time
Mhm.
have filed a suit. That's not who he's assaulted. 22 women.
Yep.
Have filed a civil lawsuit against Deshaun Watson.
Because the prosecutors said that, or the grand jury, or however they figure it out, said there's not enough evidence for a criminal trial.
Because that type of so even back, if you're not following, that type of sexual assault
It is so hard to prove.
I can't even imagine if that happened to me trying to prove it.
Yeah, you can't prove that.
So the accusations are he would get women to give him, like masseuses, to give him a massage. He'd get hard. He'd masturbate. He'd get them to touch him. He would show them his dick while he was really hard. Like, just really shitty stuff.
All the stuff that you do to really impress a woman. Like, you want to impress a woman.
Exactly.
This is it. She's there to do her job and massage
Yeah,
your
she is-
back and massage your
He's
quads.
working.
And what she really wants is for you to flip over with a rager
Mhm.
and just
Mhm.
That's
show it
what I'm
at her.
doing wrong at my massages.
That's what you're doing wrong, because she wants to see it. And if you can't tell, it's dripping with sarcasm. Please understand
So I
that
just
I am not in any way
Chris is
condoning
on
any
the
of
side
this.
of Deshaun Watson. So I can't imagine attempting to prove that if that
Right.
happened to me. I probably also would choose civil.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Yeah.
fine. There's zero chance of proving this in court. I'm gonna find other victims and I'm gonna get some fucking money out of this.
Yeah.
So 22 women had accused him. The Cleveland Browns still went, yeah, that's fine,
22's okay.
and
But he
signed
throws the ball real good, so
signed him to an insane contract with an insane amount of guaranteed money, and then
All guaranteed money. The only time ever, I believe.
contract in his. Well, Kirk Cousins had a $90 million fully guaranteed contract as well, but $230 million fully
Right.
guaranteed.
230
Lex.
million fully guaranteed. Like,
And
Tom
Kirk
Brady's
Cousins-
contract isn't fully guaranteed.
how are you someone like Deshaun Watson and you're like, I make more than Tom Brady? How do the Browns go, hey, Tampa isn't guaranteeing this money to Tom Brady, we're gonna go ahead and do this to Deshaun Watson?
Because they're that desperate.
That's such a good, but
And
Baker Mayfield isn't that
and
bad.
that's my thing, is like, you don't have a bad quarterback. You
He's
don't
not
have a guy
bad.
that's gonna do it. But I hate to break it to you, Cleveland, but Deshaun Watson isn't gonna fucking win you a Super Bowl either.
No,
So you might as
Deshaun
well
Watson
stick
isn't
with the
your
guy who
key.
hasn't sexually assaulted at least 66 women. That's your best bet, is to just, not go
Right.
with the guy.
I think that's as horrific
Allegedly,
as this
sorry,
always-
allegedly sexually
allegedly.
assaulted.
From a sports perspective, taking all of this aside, which you really can't, but let's just for argument's sake. Who's calling me? Oh. I will call you back. Deshaun Watson isn't your
Isn't.
generational quarterback.
He isn't.
He isn't.
No. But there's a thought that he is good enough to get you. I don't know. I don't understand it. Mark, Tell me why. Tell me why that the Cleveland Browns think he's the guy.
Because he puts up numbers like he did with a bad Texans team. So if you put some talent around him, they think he'd be better.
And
Which, hypothetically on paper would work.
right. But do you believe that Deshaun Watson is the type of guy that's going to take you to the promised land?
He has the talent. He's not that much different from Russell Wilson when he was younger,
Right.
right?
Except Russell Wilson hasn't sexually assaulted,
Yeah.
allegedly sexually assaulted 66
Gonna go over
women.
the numbers.
He's a Bernie and Christian. Come on.
Right.
He disavowed sex.
That's right. He doesn't
He became a virgin again, right?
He hates sex.
Yeah, that's a thing you can do. That is also a good use for the Diva Cup.
Yeah, okay.
It's a silicone hymen. You can just stick it in. Then that's just such a good sports point of he isn't, maybe if Patrick Mahomes had sexually assaulted 24 women, you'd be like, well, he's good at football. But Deshaun Watson isn't that good.
He's not Patrick Mahomes good, no.
I'm making light of this, but it's he's not even that good. He's a good quarterback, but he's not that good. Okay, so the Cleveland Browns signed him after 22 women, and how is it worse than that? Because it fucking gets worse. We're up to 24.
Yeah, 24 have joined.
24 women have joined the lawsuit, all with very identical stories. And now Cleveland's So I don't know if there was something in his contract that is now making them hem and haw. Okay, 24 is fine, but if we find out about any more, there's going to be a problem. And so now it's a bit oh, fuck, there's obviously more.
Well, I think the worst part about what I've read that came out recently with this 66 number is that he was provided a hotel room by the Houston Texans.
So this does get worse. This is how it gets worse.
Right. So they provided the hotel room for him to get his massage therapy. And they also provided him with non-disclosure agreements for these ladies to sign.
And you mentioned 66. So where that number comes from is the Houston fucking Texans provided him with this hotel room. They provided him with these non-disclosure agreements, and they knew he booked 60 in I believe it was
17 months.
66 different women.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine you go and do the massage once and you don't go back. I imagine that's not a return visit.
Yeah. That's obviously the implication. So I am someone who I have chronic back issues. I have a fractured vertebrae in my spine that just isn't healing. I go for massage probably once a month, once every 2 months, physio, all that shit. And you know what I do? I find a massage therapist that I really like, and I keep going back to them.
Yeah.
Because they're very good. We are going to my parents' house in Uxbridge this weekend. We'll be there on Friday. I sought out and I booked it a month in advance to have the same massage therapist that I've had a couple times when I go to Uxbridge.
Yep. And you also don't roll over with a boner.
I mean, yes, I don't roll over with a boner.
I think it's easier for her to hide than us.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
he's not trying. Let's be fair. He's not trying to hide it.
No, he's not. I'm saying Tay could if she wanted.
So that's where 66 comes from.
Yeah.
Is he had 66 different women. Jesus Christ. So fuck you.
You prefer to be punched in the face.
Oh, sorry. Something. So
Yeah.
for many reasons, fuck Texas.
Well, the Houston Texans
No.
this, and then Texas for other reasons.
Texas is, I don't know if you guys have been following the news, but nothing has been done about shooting literal children in a school,
Right.
But-
but they're pushing to ban drag queens in the
Can't
state
have that.
because it's the drag queens that are making kids gay, and gay kids obviously shoot up schools.
Did it come out that this Uvalde
No.
kid was
No.
gay? No.
No,
Okay.
No. I'm just
Okay.
making shit up.
So what did the drag queens have to do with what?
So
Like
I'm just trying to find the stat. Give me 1 second. Really good podcast.
Same thing with the amount of sex toys you can have in Texas, right?
oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
because you can only own up to 5 or 6.
Yeah.
It's 5 or 6, but you can
okay,
own many
so-
more guns.
Yes.
Lauren Boebert, that horrific neo-Nazi,
Oh, I love her. She's
posted,
the best.
take your children to church
Yep.
and not drag bars.
Yep.
And the reply was, number of children sexually abused by the clergy of the Catholic Church between 1950 and 2020 is 216,000.
Mhm.
Number of children abused at a drag show during that same time,
Goose egg.
big ol' 0.
Yep.
So if you head on over to Scotch Sporting on Instagram, you will see Rowan dancing along to RuPaul's Drag Race,
Perfect.
because that child is being raised around the gays.
Desmond watches Drag Race.
So Rowan, we let him have screen time
Yep.
because we watch TV,
Yep.
and it's like, I want to watch my show, so I don't care if you're in the room.
Yep.
Thomas the Tank Engine, very few screen time things holds his attention.
Right.
Thomas the Tank Engine holds his attention, and Drag Race holds his attention.
Nice.
He
That's
will
pretty
watch
good.
Drag Race and be like, this is
Oh.
great.
You're not far off from
Oh.
Paw Patrol, though.
Kill me. So if you follow Scotch Party on Instagram, which I hope you do, one of the greatest engagement posts I have ever done is when I posted about that Paw Patrol pup whose name I still do not know. He is the recycling dog,
Mhm.
and I do not understand what his purpose is.
He's Rocky.
All of the other dogs, he's
Yeah.
he's Rocky.
Yep.
All of the other dogs have very defined purposes, and I understand what they do.
Yep.
The recycling pup, I don't understand why his jobs could not be very easily done by the other dogs.
Because you need the cute gray puppy with the green.
There is nothing that only he is specifically needed for.
Sure. There's nothing that any of them are specifically needed for.
No, but like Rubble, you need him to move heavy things.
He's my
Sky's
favorite.
the one-
Rubble's my
Sky's the
favorite,
one-
by the way.
Everyone loves Rubble. Rubble's the fucking best.
Yeah.
Sky's the one that can fly in.
Yep.
Marshall's the one that is the firefighter, so he can save you in a fire. Ace is the cop, so he does cop things like
Chase.
beat black dogs.
Chase.
Oh, Chase is the cop one?
Yes.
Um,
You fucking got me with that.
But I don't understand what Rocky's purpose is. I get he recycles things, but it's like Rocky can do that, or Rubble can do that.
Sure.
Why,
But
why isn't there like a medic among these guys? Couldn't he be a medic?
He could be a medic. He could be an EMT.
Yeah.
They added Zuma.
they don't really show anybody hurt.
Zuma's like a mountaineer pup. I think like she's the.
No, that's
she's-
Everest.
Oh, who's Zuma then?
Zuma's the brown one with the hovercraft.
Oh, is Zuma a girl?
No, Zuma's a boy.
Dave, Zuma's a boy.
World shattered.
Zuma. The pup that's on our bathtub, Zuma's a boy. Zuma has a hovercraft.
Only Everest and Sky are the girls. Oh, and there's another one they've introduced later, but yeah.
Oh. Fuck. Everest.
Everest is the husky
Oh,
looking one.
Dave's saying there's a third one, and so Dave, I don't know, Dave, can we cut? Do we need to cut who your client is? Dave's client is Spin Master,
Okay.
who does Paw Patrol, so he actually knows this now. I did want to take a moment to so how does this get worse? Deshaun Watson's Rusty Harden, his lawyer Rusty Harden,
Rusty.
who, if you go back into the podcast archives, has repped some really shitty characters He's repping, but whatever. He's doing his job.
Yeah. Hey, they
He's a
need to
lawyer,
be. You know what? Shitty people need a lawyer in court as well.
Shitty people need lawyers too. However, how does this get worse? Your lawyer comes and does this shit in front of the media. So he gave an interview. Harden had this to say about the possibility of Watson getting massages from so many different women, with an expectation, a hope, and or desire that it would turn sexual. So someone asked him, like, did he go through all these women because every massage he hoped it would get sexy?
Yeah.
Was that his hope?
Was that his thing?
Quote, I don't know how many men out there now have had a massage that perhaps occasionally there was a happy ending. Maybe there's nobody in your listening audience it's ever happened to, but I do want to point out, if it's happened, it's not a crime, okay? Unless you're paying somebody extra or so to give you that type of sexual activity, it's not a crime. Doing something or saying something or being a way that makes you uncomfortable is not a crime. Is that not the worst? The worst thing your lawyer could have said?
It's pretty bad. I'd be looking
That's
for a new
defense.
lawyer.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
So I thought when I first saw this article, there was something when the 24th woman came out, he said something to the effect of, "We didn't know her name."
Yeah.
Like something giving the implication of, we didn't say we didn't know who she was.
Right.
We just didn't know.
We just didn't know what
her name.
her name was. Yeah. Not
And
bad.
I thought that's what this article was going to be about. But no. That's so much worse.
Yeah.
So he's basically saying.
Yeah. He's saying it.
He's saying he got jerked off.
Yeah.
But he's basically pulling the like, oh, it was consensual.
Right. Paying for it though, I'm sure it's not. I don't know, man. This whole thing.
Will Deshaun Watson start a game in the regular season for the Cleveland Browns?
No.
Yeah.
Tyler? Mark is shaking his head.
Very handy on an audio podcast.
Tyler?
No.
And
No,
why
yeah.
do we think that? Who is going to be the one?
The NFL.
Like, what is going to
the
happen?
NFL. The NFL is going to step in.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is a bad look.
This is a horrible look for the NFL. And they're all about optics, right? So
Yeah, this is Roger Goodell coming and being like,
yeah, this is not happening. Like I don't know, can the NFL come in and void that contract at this
I
point?
think so.
No, because it's got to go with the NFLPA though, right?
Right.
And they're gonna defend that because they want
Right.
to defend
The PA is going to defend that?
Yes,
The
the
contract.
the PA will defend it. They have to.
Yeah.
That's their
Yeah.
job.
it. hmm
But isn't he making the NFLPA look bad too?
No.
Like, he's making everybody look bad.
No, their job is to protect the player. That's their job. Whether he's a piece of shit or not. It's the same as the lawyer. They have a
Yep.
job to do.
So we all think he's not going to start a game.
I
All
don't
think
think
it's going to be.
Yeah.
Does any of us think the NFL, or sorry, we all think he's not going to start a game? Do any of us think anything other than like Roger Goodell himself will interfere?
No, because Cleveland will play him. If
Mhm.
they're if they can, they will. And that will be a horrible look for the NFL. There's no way Goodell lets that happen.
Yeah.
It's an easy decision for Goodell.
Yeah.
He just suspended Ridley for a year for gambling,
2
right?
years, isn't he? 2 years, or is he just a year?
Just a year.
I'm just sad I have to rename the talented Ridleys. We've been that name for 2 years in a row. We've
Yeah.
been quite successful. We got a lot of draft picks going into this year. I'm really bummed. Now I got to think of something new.
That's the
Fred,
worst part.
Any other sports news that we want to talk about?
Your time to shine, Mark.
Here you go.
Nadal winning the French Open,
How about that?
14 titles.
Do any of you know enough about tennis that I have a tennis question? And my tennis question
What?
is, so Nadal won his 14th title?
No,
14th
French Open,
French.
14th.
22 overall.
Sorry, 14th French Open specifically. And he is known as the King of Clay. Is tennis that different on surfaces?
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
So what do you
Yes.
train on? If you're everything?
You have to train on everything.
Yeah.
That's why
But
there's so many like warm up tournaments before a major. So like you go into clay season, it's this. There's like 2 or 3 tournaments you can play before the French, so that you get warmed up on clay. Then now it's going to be grass season because Wimbledon is in July.
Isn't that fucking great about tennis? Like, what other sport is going to be like, now you're playing on AstroTurf. Now you're playing on rock. You're going to play on sand this week.
Baseball.
Yeah, that's true.
No, baseball fields are grass.
My
Remember
brother...
the old Sky Dome with that
Yeah.
concrete carpet?
Carpet on top of concrete.
My brother dislikes baseball for many reasons, and one of them is the lack of standardization of fields and stadiums. It just blows his mind that like Boston can just build a big fuck off wall in left field and be like, well, here's a wall here.
But here's the thing: when we talked about soccer, and not every soccer pitch is the same size, that blew my fucking mind.
But in general, it's still a rectangle with 90-degree corners.
Sure, but way bigger than the other one. It doesn't make any sense.
But it's also not like soccer's like, hey, this year's World Cup is going to be on clay.
That's true.
Actually, or like
they
the one side of the field, the out of bounds line goes straight to the goalposts from half, right? Like something weird like that.
Yeah. I mean, I know a few people complain about the baseball thing. I get it,
if you
but
take yourself out of baseball and be like, yes, this is the game, but this one team is allowed to build a giant fuck off wall in left field.
But isn't it charming? Like for me, that's like part of the charm of baseball, is that it's old and weird.
I like it. Yeah.
I think the charm holds it back a lot.
Well, yes, that's definitely the case.
I think if I gotta give it all up, like if I have to give up the quirky stadiums and the cool fields to make way for robot umpires and legitimate calls, and like don't stuff your manager into is it Tony La Russa?
Yep.
Yeah.
Seeing him
seeing him stuffed into a uniform is very upsetting. Just
like,
let
dude,
him
throw the jacket off, or the jacket on over top of it. Like, just please, we don't want to see. Yeah.
I don't want to see that. I don't care. You're not playing. You're the coach, and you're old.
But just in case, he's got a number.
Other sports news.
Colorado sweeping the Oilers.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Not much of a series.
We are now minimum 30 years that it's gone since Canada has had the Stanley Cup.
Mm-hmm.
30 years.
They did better than what I thought.
Sure, yeah.
Based on how high scoring the series was, at least the first game, I thought it was going to go longer. I was very surprised it ended in a sweep.
Does it count as being in the Western Conference Finals if you don't win a game in the Western Conference Finals?
Yes, it counts. You're still there. You are still there.
If it helps, Chris, the Bruins are pissing off Pasternak.
Oh, good.
Which is exactly what you want to do when he's your only good player.
He might not even start the regular season because he's got off-season surgery too, right?
Pasternak has surgery, Bergeron has surgery, Marchand has surgery.
And now Cassie's fired, so
I mean that's fine. I said to Dave, and I do have a witness, that if Boston bounces the first round, he's getting fired, and then he was. So
now I read that there's more to the Trotz firing, and not because he was doing a bad job, but because the assistant was one of those prodigies that was coming up, and they didn't want to lose him to another team, so they got rid of Trotz and just promoted him.
Well, and because what I heard was that, and maybe we talked about it on the podcast, I don't remember, but what I'd heard was that because Lou left, right? Or Lou is leaving?
Yeah. Oh, he might be leaving. Yeah.
Right. And so my understanding is Lou did it as a favor. Mm-hmm. Was hey, they're gonna get rid of you, and so I'm gonna get rid of you now so you can get paid.
Yeah.
Right. And then So
And now
because
he'll get
they're
paid
gonna
even
get
more.
rid of you anyways when I'm gone, so I'm just gonna do
Yeah.
it now so you can get paid and blah blah blah. But yeah, that it was more of a favor thing than
Mhm.
like
I guess
Not because he did a bad job.
Right.
he's not gonna not have a job. Like he's gonna get he's gonna have a head coaching job at the beginning of this
There's
next
8
season.
vacancies now, and all 8 teams would definitely go for him.
So it's like you leave this team, but you're gonna get a job.
the only problem I have with him going to the Sharks is they don't have a GM yet. So that's
That's
the
fair.
first hurdle, and then we got to get to the head coach hurdle. So I'm very I don't think they're gonna
Or
get
maybe
him.
he comes in as. Remember when general managers used to also be the head coach?
Yeah,
in the day?
what happened to that?
I have no idea.
They
business of
started
hockey.
going younger with the general managers, right? Like
Yeah.
that, I think that's what happened is they got the analytics guys
Mhm.
doing the GM job, and now the coaches are.
Yeah.
Do you think hockey is gonna give like I get they have a salary cap, so maybe not, but is hockey gonna get like fall and it'll hey, yes, we love the sabermetrics, but at the end of the day, it's still about money. So we need a guy who's good at sabermetrics, but then has a shit ton of money, like Boston.
I think it will. I mean, Dubas has been known to do that, actually. That's why he hit with the offseason signings this past season with Camp and with Bunting and with Kasha. Because those
'Cause they
were bargain bin buys, but they're analytically, they were really good hockey players.
Yeah. But I guess I like obviously I'm thinking about Billy. It's like lols. Obviously, I know we've talked about this. Going back and watching Moneyball,
Yeah.
well, they still haven't won. So
Well, the problem is they're spending the absolute minimum. Hockey has a floor you have to hit.
Right.
that's true.
Baseball
But then
doesn't
I
go
think
for you.
about is it Epstein, who's the guy that went to Boston,
And then with the
and then it's like, oh, I'm going to take these sabermetrics, but also have a shit ton of money behind me, and then we actually win.
Yeah. But then he did it with Chicago as well.
But also, like the Whites or the Cubbies have money.
Not as much as the Bostons and the LAs and the New Yorks.
That's true. Well, friends, this is a long one because it's been a stupid one. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, I guess, talking about a Diva Cup. If you can follow us.
That's going up on TikTok tomorrow. I can tell you.
Well, you guys need to know.
Well,
at Scotch Sporting on all of our social media handles. So please check us out, especially if you have questions about a period, which I can answer because that face is why we have to talk about periods. Because 50% of the population bleeding out of our vaginas once a month.
Yeah, and the other 50% have no idea what's going on.
And just don't make that face.
No.
Just don't. It's natural, and we put stuff in there so we don't bleed everywhere. And then you
Hey,
need to be cool with that.
Ruin all your clothes.
And Dave, we've been together for 7 years, married for 4. How long have we been married? 4 years. Still, when I'm like, I need tampons, he's like, you need to tell me exactly what you need. Although
I can tell you this because I used to have that problem because I'm like, we've been together 20 years, 21 years now. I don't need to be told anymore. So he eventually learns. It just might take 15 years.
It is if you do not tell me exactly what you need, I will come home with nothing.
Okay.
But
I
to be
just
fair,
come home with the wrong thing, and she's like, "That's not." Oh, fuck.
It's the same.
That's
So
scented. I need it unscented.
Right.
it's the same with scented. Come on.
Oh, no, I see these things at Shoppers Drug Mart when I stock the
Dude.
shelves. I'm like,
No. Don't pay for scented. No one's.
I wanted to smell like flowers.
But who's going and sniffing?
I don't know.
that might be a thing for someone.
I have to, for makeup and stuff, if I need Dave to get makeup, I send a picture of exactly what I need. I send him a link to it on Shopper's website, and I say, ask the nice lady. When you walk in, she'll be right there.
Yeah.
Show this picture to the nice lady and let her get. And then the one time they were mascara that I wanted, and so he came home with no mascara.
Yeah.
And it was very upsetting.
All right, do you do the same with Katie?
You know what? I have never ever bought it. To be completely honest, I have never bought any.
She takes care of it herself then.
What? Wow.
What about, have you bought makeup for her?
No, she doesn't wear any.
Yeah,
She rarely wears
Lindsay's the
makeup.
same. She doesn't wear makeup, so I've never had to buy
aren't
makeup,
they
but
just better ladies than I am?
I don't think anybody said that.
No, I know.
But-
It is all personal preference.
But I'm actually wow. You've never bought wow.
No.
Wow.
You've never bought lady products for your
No,
lady?
never.
Wow.
You should just go and
Yeah.
buy for the
Just
thrill.
do
of
it and see what happens.
Hey, I got you these. Just bring her.
She's like, no, take it back. Take it back.
Instead of flowers, just
A bouquet
buy
of-
these.
Oh, this is so good.
If you had to,
I have been shopping with her while we have purchased them.
so here's my question. She is bedridden and she's very sick. It's temporary, so she's going to get over it and she's going to be fine. But she is bedridden and she is out of her product. And this time she asks you with her last gasp before she falls asleep, and she is going to be fine.
Yeah.
She says, "Get me my lady products." Would you know what to buy?
No.
Oh, would you know pads or tampons at least?
Yes.
But you wouldn't know brand, type,
No.
everything.
Amazing.
What would the strategy be? You'd just be like, you'd buy one of everything and
and-
return.
Tyler, how long have you guys been together? You guys have been together forever.
Yeah, we've been together a long time. Probably what, 12, 13, 14 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
Um,
there.
That's a lot of periods.
yeah, I would probably like try to see if I could find something in the recycle.
I was just gonna say, check the trash.
Yeah.
That's the answer. That's the answer.
Because to be fair, Dave and I, we've been 7 years, and I think I've asked maybe once or twice when like legitimately sick, and it's like I am out and I'm on my period. Can you get me?
Oh, so is I go every time. Every time she runs out, I'm the one getting them.
Okay. Are you the one primarily doing shopping?
Most of the shopping.
So that's the thing is Dave loves grocery shopping.
Right.
So he's the one, and he has diabetes. So he often has needs that he goes to the grocery store and shoppers specifically a lot for orange juice, refills on prescriptions. So once in a blue moon, probably twice in the 7 years we've been together, I've said, "Can you get me?"
Gotcha.
Oh well. Well, I guess this is extra long.
It is. Yeah, we've been going forever.
Twitter, Instagram, whatever, at Scotch Morning. But thanks for listening, everybody.
I should probably push the button.